Well, that was a bit frustrating. Went to the Coles and there was stuff missing. Didn't get all the items I wanted. It was back to that usual situation. It's not imperishable. We just got to buy up in bulk because you just can never guarantee these days that it's going to be properly replenished. It's ridiculous. But another weird thing about it, apart from the fact that it looked like they'd opened the doors to the rehab centre and let all the people that were zonked off their heads into the supermarket. They're all wandering around like zombies. But the other thing that was weird was when I walked out, there was a sign there saying Tuesdays are quiet days, are deemed to be quiet days, sensory sensitive. So, you know, I pine for the good old days when you went to a supermarket just to buy your groceries. These days, it's like going to a day spa. I mean, what is going on in this world? Sensory sensitive Tuesday. I mean, what next? I kid you not, I should have taken a shot of the sign. I will next time. I mean, it's hard to believe. It's like we're living in a big comedy sketch. But it could only be this supermarket. It's just bizarre. Well, at least you don't get that crap at Woolies. So it doesn't do them any good as far as I'm concerned. I'm more likely to shop elsewhere, so that's what I want to do. But it's really annoying about the parmesan because just they had packets and packets of shaved parmesan cheese, which I hate. Not one pack of shredded, which is the one I prefer. Not one. It was doing a couple of dozen, I would think, of the other type. It just shows you how popular they aren't. So I'm not the only one that can't stand those sorts. I don't know how there's any way of shredding it. If you got shaved parmesan, you're pretty well stuffed. I think you can't really change it. It's better if it was in a block. I could have shredded it myself, but now it's sort of halfway house. It's impossible. So very frustrating. Been a bit overcast today, so our good run of clear skies have sort of finished. Today and yesterday were a little cloudy, but no great rain or anything. And of course the wind is a given. When I was walking down here, I've got a continual gust of wind. It's quite extraordinary. I've never noticed it before, but last month or two it's really been something that's affected my filming, so I've noticed it quite a lot. So yeah, a little after 4 o'clock on a Wednesday. The guy from the kitchen renovation place, Kilfroy's, he actually got back to me, Sean from there, and he's going to give me a quote, and but he didn't get one of the details right. He sort of wanted laminated tops, which is exactly what I didn't want. So he wasn't really listening that clearly when I saw him at the showroom. He's going to give me a quote on what I think. I think we're talking about the same thing, but still going to be pretty pricey, so I don't know. But it's taken him over 2 weeks to get back to me. I just thought he'd given up, and I certainly won't go ahead with the job unless I get another quote anyway. No way would I get such a big job done with just one quote. That'd be insanity. Break all the rules that I told you about. Definitely smart to shop around. I think I've heard the most desperate begging request ever. The guy asked for 20 cents so he could send an SMS. 20 cents? I mean, up your game, buddy. That's absurd. So you just have to find someone with a mobile plan who can do it for him. What's the big deal? And plenty of people have got that, not me, but they have. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, and I actually had 2 pints of Guinness, which is fairly unprecedented. The Northern English girl was she wasn't exactly filled with joy, and I wouldn't give her an A for customer service, but it depends who she talks to. I think she's very choosy on who she's nice to, and I don't find that particularly appealing, but anyway. My team won a game against a rather ordinary opposition in St Kilda, not a great team. But there was actually a guy here. He lives here he's been living here for about 3 years, and he's originally from Adelaide, and he's actually a St Kilda supporter. But the weird thing is, he only actually stayed and watched about a quarter of an hour of the game, and that was the third quarter, fairly crucial quarter, and he just left. And they were doing all right that stage. They're only 1 goal behind, so I don't know why he left. But maybe he's living in the CBD, I don't know. But anyway, he obviously wasn't too optimistic, so, and he was right, as it turned out. And it actually wasn't a bad game. There was a couple of new players there. A young Aboriginal guy who looked really good. He was really fast, and he got himself a couple of goals. And he got a lot of possessions too while I was watching. I only watched the second half, so I don't even know what his name is, but I'll have to check that out and find out who he is, because he's have a pretty bright future. Very fast. So deadly in the forward line, so quite good. But yeah, it's a superb day here today on Sunday. This is one of the nicest days I've encountered up here. This is your perfect winter day in Cairns. So not bad. So that turned out okay, and tomorrow I've got to do my tax. It's the actually, what is the? I think it's the 30th today. So tomorrow is actually the beginning of the next financial year. So I've got to get it done tomorrow. But it's very simple. Should be simple. You should be able to do it online. I wasn't able to last year, I think, because I made too many capital gains. If you make over 10 grand, you then have to get an accountant to do it. It's crazy. I don't know why that is. But the ATO's really got to clean up their act. I mean, it's not that much money these days. It was about 15. This year it's way below that. It's been a pretty lean year all round, actually. So I had to pay some tax by way of not getting all the refunds of my franking credits and what have you. Didn't get them all back. This year I think I might get them all, so, but there won't be that much, because one of my biggest payers for dividends actually didn't pay dividends for one 6-month period. So, and they're in the middle of a takeover bit at the moment. It's AHG, Australian Holding Group, and they do car hire, and since the takeover bit, of course, their share price has bounced right back, and it's almost at the same level that I bought it at, so that's good. And it'll be presumably a much stronger company when it's merged with the company taking it over, so that's good news. And if they do succeed in that takeover, I'll get a dividend payment that I missed out on, so that's good all round. So, but fingers crossed that all goes smoothly. But it's quite a long time frame. I don't think it's going to be completed till about sometime in September, going on the paperwork I've received. So there's still a sticking point on whether it's an unconditional offer. So the people running AHG, the board, have actually said you should wait for it to be an unconditional, this offer, before you actually say yes to it. And so I'm just going to wait around. At the moment it's looking fine, and it's been definitely a positive move for me as a shareholder in AHG, and long term even better, presumably. And that's my second largest holding, apart from Telstra, which has also done extremely well this year. Although they have cut their dividends, but I'm hoping that they will improve again, because their share price has bounced back quite a bit, so that's good news. So it has been a good year for shares, which I guess makes sense when you've got the real estate sector dropping so much. People have got to put their money somewhere, and that's definitely the best place to be. And now they're dropping interest rates. Cash is absolutely useless. It pays nothing for your savings, so there's a real disincentive to have any cash, and I think that's wrong. I think the Reserve Bank's made a bad decision there, personally, short-term expediency. They shouldn't be beholden to the election cycle like politicians, but they seem to be acting the same way, and that's very disappointing. So I think they should be looking much more long-term, and I think that was a pretty stupid move, cutting the rates by 0.25%. I don't think it have any great positive stimulus. The only positive stimulus it might have is give fuel to the inflated real estate market, which is not good. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.